It's only a decade late, but it looks like Microsoft is finally getting what they've always desired. Microsoft slashes video games division, cuts 1,900 across Activision, Blizzard, Xbox, and Zenimax. And all of this is coming in service of getting rid of physical ownership of games. What do I mean by that? Well, let's get to who they're cutting to begin with. Now, to be fair, there's a lot of purpose behind these job cuts, and a lot of the other industry layoffs, a bunch of the entertainment industry layoffs. There's not a single major corporation that hasn't laid off thousands of people at the beginning of 2024. Disney, Condé Nast, that owns so many of your magazines and local news outlets. Paramount on the brink of collapse. I think Warner Brothers, Disney, Apple, and now Microsoft cutting 1,900 employees. Them be the breaks, kids. What was that? All of the people that used to laugh and point at all of those coal workers, they just need to catch up with the times. Now you have all these journalists being laid off. All of these redundant HR positions at these different tech sectors. Oh, wow. All of the people that said that, learn to code was a slur. Well, learn a trade, stupid. But speaking specifically about the Microsoft layoffs, like the Disney ones, the Apple ones, Condé Nast ones, you could just go ahead. I'm sure that there's the Twitch ones, Amazon specifically. That was the other name that I was looking for. You could probably explain those away from, terrible financial decisions, but Microsoft is one of the most profitable companies on earth. Like, they have more money than God. Why did they have to lay off 1,900 people? Well, because, Microsoft, especially in their gaming sectors, has been buying up everything on Earth over the past few years. Yes, Zenimax is the parent company for Bethesda. And Activision Blizzard, the biggest merger, 69, nice, very gamer number right there, $1 billion acquisition. There's a lot of redundancies, a lot of redundancies that have been reconciled in 2023 and now heading into 2024. You don't need the same position 2, 3, 4 times over. So now they're just getting rid of people they just don't need at the company. So yeah, it kind of makes sense, but it's also another big, troubling bellwether in the overall industry. And well, them be the breaks, kids. Those 1,900 jobs wouldn't be in jeopardy if Activision Blizzard didn't lay such an egg with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, if Overwatch 2 wasn't such an abysmal failure, if Starfield, you're boring, pronouns, if it wasn't such a mess in 2023, you might have been able to hang on to a bunch of people that are there. But, well, sucks to suck, and I'm not just talking about your product. In the latest round of job cuts resulting from Western video game industries having spent recent years greedily expanding far beyond their actual means, Microsoft has announced that they will be cutting roughly 1,900 jobs across Activision Blizzard, Xbox, and Zenimax Studios. These layoffs, which, when all is said is done, will affect roughly 8% of the company's 22,000-strong video game division workforce. Yeah, 22,000 people. There were some redundancies where there were some companies brought under the same corporate umbrella. They were first announced by Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer via an internal email sent to employees on January 25th. So yeah, they had a little bit of a heads up. Not really. It's been a little over 3 months since Activision, Blizzard, and King, yes, the Candy Crush people, joined Microsoft, said Spencer, per a copy of the memo obtained by The Verge. As we move forward in 2024, the leadership of Microsoft Gaming and Activision Blizzard is committed to aligning on our strategy and execution plan for the sustainable cost structure that will support the whole of our growing business. Together, we've set priorities, identified areas of overlap, and ensured that we are all aligned for our best opportunities for growth. Looking ahead, we'll continue to invest in the areas that will grow our business and support our strategy of bringing more games to more players around the world, he added. Although this is a difficult moment for our team, I am confident as ever in our ability to create and nurture the games, stories, and worlds that bring our players together. Oh, how adorable. What the hell is that? Oh, Diablo 4. I forgot that came out. So did the rest of the industry. Following Spencer's memo, Microsoft president of game content and studios, Matt Booty, seriously? Send a separate message to Activision Blizzard team to inform them that the addition to those affected by the layoffs, he'll be saying goodbye to Blizzard president Mike Ybarra, who had chosen to part ways with the company after roughly 2 decades of service. Yeah, might be for the best. His best days might be behind him. Don't know for sure what he did or who he is, but best of luck in your future endeavors. In addition to the events today, Mike Ybarra and I have been discussing his future and some of the personal path passions for some time, wrote Booty in the memo, as once again obtained by The Verge. Now that he has seen the acquisition through as Blizzard's president, he has decided to leave the company. As we move forward, we will continue to build on the positive momentum that Mike created. Wasn't it that long ago that Activision Blizzard were embroiled in a huge controversy about, how they were treating their employees? Interesting. And strive to continue exceeding the expectation of Blizzard players. Well, how about just simply meeting them? Because I haven't really done that. Don't y'all have phones? Ugh. Booty. Also, announced the result of these layoffs. Blizzard is ending development on previously soft announced, survival game project that will be shifting some of its people working on its several promising new Blizzard projects. You have probably mobile versions of Warcraft or whatever they can just easily milk. It has in the early stages of development. We're just streamlining processes. Even though we have 22,000 people at our disposal, we're just trimming some of the fat. But yeah, making a much more profitable, financial based decision, something a little bit more monetizable, something that we don't really need to put out into the world and not milk ad nauseum, because that's the way the business, at least the AAA space, is going. Because like I alluded to at the beginning, what happened with Microsoft about a decade ago? It was 2013 when it was first announced, but with the Xbox One moving to a totally used game free Xbox One, DRM all the time, always online console. They were just simply a generation too early. And now you can see with the redesign, especially the PS5, where they're making the disk drive optional, we're probably at a point in time where Nintendo firmly excluded to this. When it comes to your major two console and gaming providers, probably seeing the final remnants of physical games, which makes me sick. But as a primary PC gamer, when I end up playing, like, Steam has had the monopoly for a very long time, and with Microsoft, in the past few years, their over-reliance and their ability to create a successful pseudo-streaming platform with Game Pass, you could kind of see the writing on the wall on this one. Like I said, they just were a decade too soon. They were just simply fortune tellers as opposed to weathermen. In beginning to shift to an all-digital future, Microsoft reportedly makes massive cuts to Xbox physical game release operations. So yes, the 1,900 people that were released. Why does Cortana look so creepy? That is truly unsettling. I'm just going to move that right there. We have more of an indication as to where these people used to hang their hat. In a disheartening sign that the industry has no intention of scaling back their anti-consumer practices, Microsoft's recent round of video game-related layoffs have reportedly resulted in the complete closure of Xbox division responsible for producing physical retail copies of their various releases. Like I said, redundancies were necessary. Word of the operations shutdown was first broken to the public on January 25th, courtesy of Windows Central Managing Editor Jez Corden, taking to his personal Twitter account in the wake of the aforementioned job cuts, which affected roughly 1,900 employees across Activision, Blizzard, King, Xbox, and Zenimax. Corden relayed that not only had multiple sources informed him that Microsoft is laying off the entire internal customer support teams for Activision, Blizzard, King games, save a few, and outsourcing the rest to external companies abroad. Oh great, hello, my name is Phil. I would like to help you with your World of Warcraft account. But that they have also confirmed the company's plans to shut down departments dedicated to bringing Xbox games to physical retail. As somebody who has zero intentions, even the fact that they have simultaneous release on PC, of ever owning it's called Series X now, right? I'm so out of the loop when it comes to Microsoft gaming. I proudly owned an Xbox 360. I think I purchased 3 in its entire console life cycle. Like, I didn't get the 1 until much later, and it's actually the collector's Halo 5 version. And I never finished playing Halo 5 because it was total ass. Even still, when I bought that, oh my lord, I bought that way back in the cut. You could probably trace it to exactly what time or what year that was. Maybe 15 or 17. Whenever Halo 5 originally came out, I would have bought that somewhere in on and around that time. I don't think I ever finished an Xbox One game I really don't. The only thing that I used it for was when Rock Band 4 came out, and that you can go ahead and take all of the games that you bought, or I'm sorry, all of the tracks that you bought, most of them, save a couple of licensing issues, and then bring them over to the Xbox One. But then by that point, Clone Hero had come out on PC and everything was all fine. But anyways, while his source did not appear to provide him with any outright explanation as to the reasoning behind the matter, Corden noted himself, if you've seen the digital-only Xbox console leaks, well, you get the idea of where Microsoft is going from here. Yup, just a decade early. Per marketing documents accidentally revealed by Microsoft's lawyers amidst the company's illegal battle with the FTC regarding the then desired and eventually successful purchase of Activision Blizzard King. This year, we'll see Microsoft release a mid-generation refresh, just like what PlayStation just did with the Slim version, which they've been doing since the PS2. But anyways, for their Xbox Series X, which in addition to such changes as a bigger stock hard drive, which is what the Slim did, reduced power usage capabilities, don't know about that, a new cylindrical design, so it just ends up looking like a speaker, like one of those Amazon speakers. It looks so tiny. We'll also drop the model's currently included disk drive, but yes, the Series S, does that one have? I don't know if that one has a disk drive. That one might actually just simply be a fully digital unit. As such, upon the successful phasing out of the base model at retailers in favor of the refreshed one, the Xbox ecosystem will be left with no supported version of the console capable of playing games on a physical disc. Yeah, I must be right about the Series S, but okay. However, after some took his reporting to indicate the era of physical Xbox game releases has come to a complete end, Corden later offered a staunch clarification that reducing retail teams doesn't confirm Microsoft is quitting physical retail for Xbox games yet. No, it's just going to become another boutique endeavor, which, yeah, for the one game that I am very much looking forward to, I've got my physical copy coming my way. Shout out Rebirth. Don't be shit. Please don't be bad. Anyways, they can be outsourced and might be consolidating there, so don't run with the Xbox is quitting physical based on this. No. They're just phasing it out. But unless it faces, and it won't because convenience has trumped physical property rights, and we've seen that time and time again. The PC is a perfect example to that one, and like it's pointed out here, right? But it does seem to be the industry trajectory. Writing is on the wall, very much so, man, and it has been for a very long time, and gamers have been playing on somebody else's time clock for a while. This is just a simple recognition of that fact. Words are hard sometimes, like physical releases for Xbox. But to be fair, and as many people just look at that and going, oh my god, Xbox down so bad. If they actually released games that people wanted to buy, they wouldn't have to phase out their physical versions. But it's like, that's just such a brain dead take when it comes to this stuff. But couple that with, well, Ubisoft's recent admission that people just simply need to be comfortable not owning their games. And then you got Capcom, another big player in the industry, instituting DRM for a lot of their other old releases because mods are bad. Yeah, it doesn't spell a bright future for a lot of games that are out there, which always makes me trepidatious to try to wade back into gaming at any point in time. Like I said, I've got the game that I'm looking forward to. Okay, I just hope that, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Rebirth, Reunion, because come on, that's what the third game's going to be called, right? I just hope that they can kind of make it out of this fine and relatively unscathed, because the rest of the stuff I have, well, it's all on hard copy, and I've got multiple versions of it. So if the rest of the industry, the AAA industry, wants to mess with it, that's fine. You can go ahead and leave them in the dust. Meanwhile, you have the likes of Pal World completely crushing it at this point in time, and several other indie darlings that'll pop up throughout the year, completely, totally crushing and rendering the AAA market completely and totally untenable with gamers. You can continue to try to raise the prices, continue to milk your dwindling audience. You might say the gaming has never been in a better shape than it is, but little decisions like this, time and time again, it's death by 1,000 paper cuts. You give less to the consumers, expect more from them, but eventually, they will wise up to this stuff. Or who knows, we'll all just be eventually playing different variations of Candy Crush with our favorite IPs and then just become, happy pod people. But I'm going to push it back against that for as long as I possibly can. God damn it. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.